What's up, boys? Let me make sure. All right. Let me know if the audio is good. We got a brand new week, boys. Let's get after it. Nice little MLB slate tonight. So we're gonna be cooking up some plays with OddsJam, of course. If you guys do want to check out OddsJam at the end of the stream, if you like the tools that you see, you guys can get a free trial by using code TRIDENT. TRIDENT. Also, at the bottom of your screen, you'll see a little banner. If you guys do want to go follow me over on Twitter, my handle over there is Trident_DFS. I'll post free plays over there all the time. And if you are not signed up on any of those apps, you can go ahead and sign up with that code that you see and get yourself a nice little deposit bonus or some sort of free play. All right. Let's see. If you use Rebet, look at the MLB total bases. If you find one that looks minus 120 under and minus 120 over, take the fantasy. I'll have to look at that. Interesting. I rarely use Rebet just because I don't really have. They've limited me pretty hard over there, so I don't really can't get much down. That's what I'm trying to say. We'll definitely take a look at that. All right, so we've got baseball starting in about 40 minutes. We had one game earlier. Rangers put a whooping on the Mariners. Yeah, George Kirby decided to turkey toss today, like 5 homers or something in that game. Who went yard? Jake Berger, Duran went yard. Who else? I think there's a couple other Rangers that went yard. But anyways, we got a nice little slate today, starting in about 40 minutes. So we're going to go over some stuff. If there are any profit boosts that you guys have that I'm not aware of, definitely let me know. We're going to first take a look at these plays right here. So if you guys saw earlier, I did post the Orioles money line over on Twitter. So this was another thing. Just if you guys are not already following me over there, make sure you do so, okay? Posted this Orioles play on the money line. A lot of action over here for one of the traders. I did not go ahead and track that. But anyways, Orioles money line looks great. I was also going to make a follow-up post about that for those of you guys who are tuning into the streams on a regular basis. You know that I like to go over to Polymarket and see if any of our, MLB whales are also on the same side. And sure enough, there are people that we like to follow on the Orioles. So we're going to go look at the exact same thing with the Marlins. It looks like this is the same exact trader here. All right, we're also getting another 97 score out of 100, of course. So let's go pull this up. So this is Marlins and Phillies tonight. Let's see if we can take a look at some of the whales. All right, money line's got almost $300,000 of liquidity or volume. All right, so we've got home run hazard on the Marlins. Wordy's on the Phillies. Interesting. A lot of shares here. 40,000 on the Marlins. Interesting. I like the Marlins a lot. We've got our three guys that we like to tail here. And what I mean by that is, yes, we can hover over their little profile and see that they are profitable long term. But we've also looked at the other website. Somebody in chat dropped it at one point. Basically allows us to see the leaderboard based off of categories, right? So I can actually filter it by, okay, who are the most profitable long term in terms of like monetary profit in terms of ranked that way, or just by overall hit rate, right? And for MLB specifically, a couple of these guys are really high up on the leaderboard. So we're going to go ahead and roll with the Marlins here. 36 cents on the money line. I'm going to go ahead and go over to the calculator and just double check to see if this is the best price for us to take this at. Okay, so 280, that's going to be about 1.4 units or 1.5 units. So prediction market calculator, 38 cents. So about plus 163. And I'm just going to go check the money line just to see if we are able to get this at a better price, potentially on Novig. Yeah, so plus, what did I say? Plus 1. What did I just say? Can I go back? 38 cents. Yeah, this is a huge difference. Okay, so we're going to go take this on Novig. We're getting this at plus 182, which is going to be the best price in the market, as you guys see here on the OddsJam Sportsbook screen. Plus 182 is going to be a really good price here on the Marlins. 1.4, 1.5 units. We are going to take Miami versus the Phillies. There we go. All right, simple enough. Let me get this posted to the Discord. And guys, don't forget, if you guys are not already in the Discord, it is free to join. And I will drop that link in the chat for you guys in just a second. So we're getting this at plus 182. This is directly from the Prediction Traders tool on OddsJam. And here is that link for the Discord server if you guys are not already in. Okay, let me catch up with chat real quick. Let's see. I have a 50% Novig boost for 3 or more props. Okay, we'll take a look at that. The thing with Novig, it's a little bit tricky, is that they nerf the payouts on their parlays. So once you add 2 or more picks, it's diluted a little bit. But a 50% boost is certainly good enough to counteract that. Okay. All right, so Marlins on the money line. We are snagging that at plus 182. Let's also take a look at the Cubs money line. All right, I think this is one I actually checked earlier. Let me go back over to Polymarket. I want to say I checked this out, and I did not like what I saw. Could be a different story here. Let's check it out. By the way, if you guys are not already following along with the daily streams, I am live pretty much about an hour every single day, Monday through Friday. We also ran a stream on Saturday. All of that, I'd let you guys know via Twitter. With MLB season, we're pretty much ripping live streams about an hour before like the main slate actually starts. Just because we're getting really good value here and also able to track a good amount of sharp money that comes in. So here's our guy Ferrari on the Cubs, which definitely like to see here. Let's see. What else do we like to see here? He's probably the one that has the most shares that we typically will tail. I need to check out this profile, Bone Sculptor. I don't know where he ranks in the MLB category, but I'm cool with taking this. So we're going to also run Cubs money line, 53 cents over on Polymarket, which is about minus 113. So we're going to go over to the sportsbook screen, see if we can get minus 113 or better. Cubs money line, we can get minus 111 over on Novig. That's something you typically start realizing that that Novig has the best prices in the market most of the time. But anyways, we're gonna go ahead and take Cubs money line at minus 111. This is gonna be a little bit of a heavier play than the Marlins. Obviously, Marlins being the underdog in that matchup is going to make us not put a whole bunch of money on it. This is going to be 1.8 units. Okay, so for those of you guys who are tailing, 1.8 units on the Cubs money line at minus 111 on Novig. 1.8 units. Cubs over the Cardinals tonight. There we go. All right, awesome. So we got 2 nice little prediction trader plays. And like I said, if you guys have not already gotten in the Orioles money line, you can also go snag that now. Okay, those are really good plays, all over 90 out of 100 score. Let's go check out some sharp money, and then we're going to look at the sharp money. Doesn't have anything right now. Okay, let's go look at the fantasy optimizer. We'll go from there, and we'll definitely check out Novig as well for the 50% boost, because I believe I should have that as well. Yes, I got that as well. So we'll craft something up for sure. All right, let's take a look at Prize Picks. Nothing on Prize Picks right now. Zach Thornton under 4.5 Ks is interesting. Definitely a prop that I would take within a 6 or a 5 pick flex. Just not enough value to really create a full slip off of that. Let's take a look at Underdog. Doesn't look like there's much here either. We can run a 2-man for sure. So let's do this. We're going to go over to Underdog. Let's roll with Wilson Contreras. We're going to take his over on runs at 0.5. All right. And then we are definitely going to take Brian Reynolds under 1.5 total bases against Arizona tonight. That Jacob Marcy prop has more data points than Wilson Contreras, but I'm cool with running that at minus 135 over here. So we're going to run these two together. Just a little 2-pick, nothing crazy, a little 3.5x our money. And we're running that as a 2-pick power. Make sure to get that in before it bumps. I'm going to toss the link in the chat if you guys are watching over on Twitch or on YouTube. I feel like we have had a really good last few days, specifically with Novig. The plays that we've had over there have been smacking. I'm trying to think what we had recently. I know we had the over in the Athletics Twins game, which was a pretty heavy wager. I don't know. I posted something. What else did I post? There's that over 9.5. Maybe it was the Cardinals money line I'm thinking of, another prediction trader tool, which has been absolutely killing. And then if you were in stream on Friday, we ended up catching that Nerfy, also in that Twins Athletics matchup. All right, so these underdogs props are still up, so hopefully everyone's able to get those in. I know a lot of times when we're on stream ripping some underdog two-mans, they typically will bump the multiplier pretty quick. But once again, it's Wilson Contreras over 0.5 runs, and then we are taking the under 1.5 total bases for Bryan Reynolds. Okay, better. We have a 25% profit boost. I have yet to use this. We do have a couple of WNBA props, which I really don't want to use, mainly because I'm trying to figure out exactly what the limits are that I have on Better, and I believe that they limit me to $25 slips whenever the game is like either late and I'm locking in the slip early, or if it's on the like a following day. So like because WNBA is not until tomorrow, if I try to load these into a slip, it'll probably cap me at $25, which I would prefer to be able to run more than that, just because I'm trying to, take advantage of the profit boost as much as I can. So we'll take a look at it though. I think a lot of these are kind of right on the cusp of being profitable, and then adding the boost on top of them will make them plus EV slips. There was a CFL underdog prop that went stupid. Yes, that's what it was. Whoa, hold up. I don't know what that was. Put my whole setup there. I need to lock that in place. Anyways, yes, that was the underdog slip that we had the other day. One of the CFL wide receivers put up like 140 yards or something. When was that? That was definitely late last week. Yeah, TJ Luther, over 38.5 receiving yards. He had 157. That was free. Yeah, really good prop there. So I guess I could try to toss these WNBA plays in and see at least if they are going to. I don't know. We might need to come back to it a little closer to game time. I'm expecting some sharp money to come in before these 640 games start, and then hopefully, if that is the case, then we should see at least a little bit of line movement, or at least some props we can tail. Let's check this out. Pick 6. Do we have anything on pick 6? Caitlin Clark for tomorrow. More WNBA that we don't want to see. Nothing crazy there. Okay. Let's go back over here. Let's look at some straights. I know some of you guys hate straight, but at the end of the day, with MLB season, it's definitely nice to get in, DFS plays, but I'm not going to pass up crazy value on some straights, especially with the prices that we see over on Novig. Let's go over to Onyx real quick. I want to see if these are still here. Zach Wheeler. Let me log in real quick. All right, Onyx. Here we go. So, do we have any boost over here today? We do not. All right, whatever. Zach Wheeler over 17.5 pitching outs. I know we just took Marlins money line. Totally fine. Both of those can simultaneously cash. They've moved his line to 18.5, which I expected. Let's look at his strikeouts line. Minus 143. Okay, so yeah, this just hasn't updated yet. That's all. I like this. Can we get this in? Can we get this in over on Hard Rock? Let me go log in real quick. What have I missed? Dude, what's up? Not much. We cashed in a underdog slip just now. We just put in an underdog slip. And then we did go over to the prediction traders tool. There are a couple really good money lines to be on tonight for MLB. Orioles, Cubs, and Marlins. And I can, if you want, if you're going to tell all of those, just let me know and I'll get you the price points that I have them in at. We are going to go over to this Phillies Marlins game, and this will kind of be a little bit of a double down, if you will. Sharp money coming in on Zach Wheeler. Over earned runs at 1.5. Minus 120 seems to be the best price in the market here over on Hard Rock. I assume they let me get down 120 bucks, which is nice. Not at the full amount that I wanted to, but that's fine. Anything good on Novig? Yeah, that's pretty much where we took off the prediction trader plays. So if you want to snag these, Marlins money line at plus 182 is a 1.4 unit play. And then Cubs money line at minus 111 is a 1.8 unit play. All right. So those two. I can't remember where I took Orioles money line. Let me see. Did I take that on Bookmaker? Yes, I did. I took it on Bookmaker. So it looks like the line's actually moving away from where I got it from. So you can get all three of these in over on Novig. So plus 111 is totally fine for Baltimore. And that's pretty much a 2-unit play. So a lot of money lines there. 3 really nice money lines, all from the prediction traders tool, all from the same exact trader that has this 128% ROI on MLB money lines. And also, just because you weren't here, just to give you a recap, we did go over to Polymarket and we saw a couple of the main guys that are pretty high up on the leaderboard for the MLB category are also on those sides, which is good. Okay. So I would be stoked if we go 2 out of 3 there. Or if the only one that cashes is the Marlins, I think we might profit. I don't know. I'm really not sure. Let's take a look at the positive EV tab. Breaking news. Vita Vea has requested a trade from the Bucks? What? Why? Speaking of trades, I'm very curious to hear who you guys think the Rays are going to get before the deadline. I think we may have talked about this previously on a stream, but I think Scooble's the main name that like people are tossing around, which I really am not a huge fan of. I just feel like we'd probably have to give up a lot for an arm that may not last long, you know? I don't know. Let's take a look at this. Plus EV, we got this sorted by event, so all of these are not going to be in order of percentage in terms of the edge, but it's just going to be in terms of starting soonest. Okay, so let's take a look at this. Keter Montero, minus 102, one of the best prices in the market. Minus 115 over on Circa, minus 128 on FanDuel. Line is ripping toward the over, so I'm definitely down to take this. Minus 102 is a great price point. It is on ProfitX. There's only $32 of liquidity, so I'm going to try and essentially make a market to see if somebody wants to fill the other side. At minus 102, this is pretty much telling me this is like a 2.4 unit play. So what I like to do is just put that in, you know, and if it fills, it fills. If not, at least I've got, you know, 32 bucks or whatever at that price point. It looked like Novig's line was also changing closer to that. So like from what I'm seeing here, the order book or not the order book, but the Novig line. If you guys can see that at the bottom, um, the best price right now available for the under is minus 104. So technically speaking, you could go over to Novig right now, make an order for the over 4.5 at the same exact price point that we just got it in on ProfitX, so minus 102, and you would be offering the best top of book price for the under. So that's another strategy, I guess, that you can go about when it comes to this. Okay. Let's take a look at this. Tyler Phillips, minus 106 on Polymarket US. I don't think I want to take this. A little bit close in price here with a couple of these other exchanges. So I'm going to skip over that. Keto Montero under pitching outs. It's a little bit contradictory with the over strikeouts also being taken here for us. Both can happen. Totally fine. There's not really enough line movement here for me to think that this is a great play, especially since we just wanted to take this over strikeouts. Here's a good one for us to check out. So this is for the Blue Jays Nationals game. Actually, let's check this out first. I skipped right over it. So Phillies Marlins, we've already got the Marlins money line in, but this is going to be for the under 7.5 runs. Plus 106 is the best price in the market right now. Minus 104 over on Pinnacle. I do want to go check out the whales over on Polymarket. See where they're at. Very stagnant line here. Let's go take a look. Oh, not the US app. All right, Phillies, Marlins. Let's see. Let's check it out. 20K volume in this match. This game. All right, our boy Ferrari's on the under. Good sign. Moose, not a good sign. Home run on the opposite side, not a good sign, but also not a whole bunch of shares. Let's see. Let me see some other stuff here. We're going to go over to Ferrari's account, actually, his profile. Yeah, I think we're going to hop on this under. Plus 108, I feel like we need to. And for those who have not been in stream or are not regular here, Ferrari is going to be one of the best guys to tail for MLB. He's very much a whale. You can see that he's got thousands of dollars on all these props. And if we take a look at his, profit, he's very profitable, right? So let's go take this. Plus 108 for the under 7.5 runs. So we're rooting for a low-scoring Marlins win. That's what we need. Low-scoring Marlins win. Under 7.5 at plus 108. And we are going to put, once again, 1.4 units on that. Okay, 1.4 units. Plus 108, 1.4 units. This is for the Phillies Marlins under. All right. Cool. Let's take a look at what's next. We got Merrill Kelly over strikeouts at 4.5, plus 127, best odds in the market, plus 110 on Circa, plus 104 on FanDuel. Let's take a look at some line movement here. Novig's going up. FanDuel. Line movement doesn't tell us too much here. I don't know. That's interesting. Plus 127 is definitely value. I will say that. Is it the right play, though? We're going to come back to that. I wanted to take a look at this Blue Jays game. So Blue Jays over 10.5 runs, 9.5 runs. Both of those options are good here. Lines ripping toward the over runs. So let's go back over to Polymarket. Let's see if our boy Ferrari's on anything in this game. And if not, we can go see if maybe Home Run... What's his name? Home Run Hazard. See if he's on it. Definitely does not have a ton on one side or the other. Jays and Nationals, 27th. Okay. So the main line is going to be 9.5. It looks like Novig just changed this line. I don't want to look at alternate totals. We just want to look at the over here. This could just be a complete, just, move on, skip over it. Totals. 90K on this market here. Okay, so home run hazards on the under. Yeah, see, this is one of the ones that's just, it's split up. I don't really like it. You got a profitable person on the over with a ton of shares. You've got, this right here, just looking at the top holders, I would say, yeah, over 9.5 looks great. But then you've got second here, who's negative. And we've got home run on the other side. I don't know. I think I would still lean the over here. But there's not enough of an edge for it to really be a great play by any means. Let's see. What else do we have? First half. No, we're not going to take that. 10.5 runs. This is intriguing. Let's look at this game. Pirates and Diamondbacks. Over 10.5. That feels like an alternate line as well. 10.5. Do we even have anybody with shares on this? Not really. 9.5. Let's see. Home runs on the over. Okay, so yeah, this is what we want to see. When these two guys are on the same side and they're not arbitraging, meaning like they've got a ton of shares, this is really good. The only other guy that I would love to see on this would be like RN1. But seeing Home Run and Ferrari on the same side, I love the over 9.5 in the Diamondbacks game. I don't know if we would get... Let's see if we can go get a good price on this, actually. Just seeing those two guys alone makes me want to at least see what the price point would be here. It looks like on Polymarket it's a 50-50 line. I wonder what they got in at, too. Let's take a look here. Might be taking a play just strictly off of whale tailing. See, this almost looks like he's arbing, though. Over and under. What was the other one? What's his name? Ferrari. Oh, come on. Let's see if he's arbing. No, he's all in on the over. Okay. So let's do this. 49.1 for his cents. Best price right now we could probably get is going to be... Novig is at minus 106. It looks like we can take minus 105 on Hard Rock, minus 102 on FanDuel. That's the thing. We're not really getting any of sort of an edge here. It wouldn't be a plus EV play. It would just be us securing a play that the whales are on. I'm definitely less interested with the home run being on kind of just both sides. What am I looking at here? Diamondbacks and Pirates. I want to see if I can make potentially a market here. So there's only $96 of liquidity available on the under. So technically, we could also market make here at minus 102, which is going to be, a good price. The best price that you could possibly get in it would be at plus 100. So I'm going to put a unit on this, just market making. Okay. So this is going to be matching the best price available for the under. And if it fills, it fills. I'm not going to be posting it like it's some crazy play that we went over, but it's definitely a play that I like. Regarding line movement, whales, and at minus 102, it's still a good price. So if you guys want to tail that, we can do that. It is 6:30 right now. We've got 10 minutes until game start. So let's go cook up that Novig parlay boost. That's what we're going to look at real quick. All right, so let's do this. We're going to go back over to the positive EV tab. We are going to sort it now by percentage. And we're going to get 3 good plays in that look really good on all accounts. Okay. So let's see here. Do we really want to mess with player props? No prize picks yet. Dude, prize picks just did not have a lot of value from what I saw earlier. I'll definitely take a look again once we're done crafting this. But as of right now, no prize picks as of right now. Let's see. Under 4.5 runs in the Astros, Angels first 5. Don't like that. What can we snag here? Under 8.5, Braves and Mets. You know what we could do, honestly? We could just toss in all 3. Let's just say that the prediction traders all sweep, right? You've got Marlins money line. You've got Cubs money line. And then you've got Orioles money line. Those 3 together. Wait, why can't we? Oh, I have to claim my boost. Technically, you could do this, and it's completely fine to run. You're capped out. I don't know if everybody's capped out at 10 bucks, but I mean, if you want to just strictly just ride a 3-leg with the prediction traders, you've got sharp money coming in on those 3 money lines, plus a 50% boost on top of it. Not a bad play. In fact, that might actually be what I run here. Just because I'm not seeing a lot of props that I really like. Chase Burns under strikeouts is intriguing. I would definitely lean the under here. Curious to see if the line's moving that way. A little bit. What is this? Minus 167 on Profit X. Yeah, I mean, what do you guys think? What do you guys want to do? I think I'd prefer to run something other than just the prediction trader tool plays once again, but I'm open to it. I guess let's build this out with player props and see if maybe you guys like it a little bit more, right? So we would do Burns under 6.5. This Merrill Kelly prop I still am intrigued with because of the price point. I feel like there's still value here. Burns under strikeouts I like. Braves Mets under was not a great play. Literally nothing on the sharp money tool. Okay. Prediction traders. Same 3 plays there. Gosh, what do we want to do? We can mix it up a little bit. So like for example, I could do Orioles money line with let's do this. Let's do Orioles money line. Let's do Burns under 6.5 for his strikeouts at minus 127. And then I think that we run this Merrill Kelly play. I'm not sold on it, but I like it enough to play it in something because plus 127 is definitely a good price. You are almost 15 cents of value to the next best price. You don't have line movement looking crazy moving in the opposite direction. You don't have liquidity that is too lopsided on any of these sites, any of the exchanges. So I say we run this. At the end of the day, we're putting 10 bucks on it. We're getting good value. We'll just roll the dice, see what happens. What team does he play for? That's the only other part that is like messing with my head. I think is because we just looked at the over in this game. But Merrill Kelly over 4.5 strikeouts at plus 127. I think we're going to run this. Some of your picks cannot be parlayed. What event is no longer available? What are we talking about? Some of your picks can't be parlayed. What do you mean? What's it talking about? What does it mean there's no longer available? What's it talking about? Let me see. I refresh the page. Let's see. Maybe I can figure this out now. This event is no longer available. So we can't take the Burns under? All right. Well, if that's the case, we're going to take Kelly over strikeouts. We're going to take Baltimore money line. And then plus 111 here is crazy, bro. Especially in this game where I would think that it would be high scoring. Oakland's at home too, right? Let's run this. Let's just take advantage of the pricing here. So we're going to go take Peyton Toll under outs at 16.5 plus 111. Yeah, we're going to run this. All right. 50% boost. This comes out to plus 1150, which is going to be a great price. 10 bucks into 125. Let's roll with it. Best money line. I got 3 for you. You ready? They're all on Novig as well. Take them on Novig for the best price. Okay. Baltimore Orioles, Miami Marlins, Chicago Cubs. Best 3 money lines right now. All right. Let's put this over in the member slips channel, because we've got ourselves a little profit boost on this. This will be for the baseball or MLB profit boost. Cool. So this is what we're running. Well, 3-pick parlay. We're adding our 50% boost on top of it. We've got Baltimore money line, Merrill Kelly over 4.5 Ks, and then Peyton Toll under 16.5 outs. Okay, it's going to pay out plus 1150 when you add your boost on it. 638. What else do we got? Anything crazy here on these 640 games? I don't think so. I think we're good. 7 o'clock. Braves and Mets. And the under. Interesting. Okay. Let's take a look. Let's see. See what we got here. No movement here at all on Martin Perez. Orioles, Tigers over? No, these are the same price. Yeah, no thanks. Braves Mets under. I'm gonna look at this real quick. Line movement's not convincing at all. Do we have any whales that could be nuking this under and coerce us to take the under as well? 8.5, 80K in volume being traded here. Let's see. Home runs on the under. Not a whole bunch of shares here though. This guy's on the under. That guy. Sportmaster's on the under. Good sign. Let's rip this, dude. We got people on the under. SD trading on the over. Okay. Already on the over. A lot of shares. Let's run it, dude. Plus 113. Once again, best price in the market. Plus 102 over on Pinnacle. Let's secure this value. Atlanta. New York. Under 8.5. Plus 113. This is pretty much a 1-unit play. I don't know what that comes out to. What's 190 divided by 200? Like 0.95 units? I don't know. It's got to be close to that, right? Pretty much a 1-unit play. All right, so this is that plus 113, under 8.5 runs in the Mets Braves game. Let's see, 113, 190. What's 190? That is 0.95, right? 0.95 units. Yes. See, I can do some quick math sometimes. Very, very rarely, but sometimes I can. All right, one last time, just to go over this. Okay, Braves Mets under, taking it at 8.5 plus 113. Cool. Everyone get that in. 640. All the games are starting. Perfect. Sharp money coming in. Yes. No. Sort of. Let's look at fantasy optimizer. There's that Zach Thornton play again. Just not enough value. Better. We need to check out better. Gosh. Oh, so frustrating. Merrill Kelly over 4 strikeouts. That just started. Let me look at these WNBA plays just to see if I want to run them. Okay. Jackie Young under 11.5. Asia Wilson under 37.5. Where you at? Where you at, Asia? Boom. And then Caitlin Clark under. There you are. Let's see. Is it going to cap me at $25? Yes, it is. Okay. I'm going to hold off then. If you want to use your boost there, by all means, go for it. 25% boost on those 3 players are going to be a good slip. Okay. I want to get into more straights because we've got more MLB games happening. All right. Sort it by event. Should we change our music? Who do we want to listen to? We got some Stained going on. This will be a huge switch up. Let's put on some Sublime. I'll take some music requests if anyone has them.
She was living in a single room with 3 other.
All right. Under 8.5. Have we looked at this yet? Under 8.5 in the Reds Guardians game? No thanks. No thank you. Nerfy. Yankees White Sox over. I'm pretty sure that I saw this. No, it wasn't this game. What game did I see earlier? There was an over that looked so good, and I never locked it in. I don't know if it was because there wasn't a good price discrepancy at all. I think it was because I was looking at like just the guys over on Polymarket. Let me see if I can find that out. It was over. Hold on. I think I was talking about it in the Discord. Oh, perfect. You want to know what over it was? D-backs Pirates. Perfect. Did that ever get filled? I didn't even check. I don't think it did. Oh, it did get matched. Perfect. So minus 102, full unit on that. Beautiful. I love it. That's awesome. That actually works out so well. Yeah, that's great. All right. What else do we want to look at here? Got some options. We've got some options. Over 8.5. Yankees, White Sox. This was one that, let's see, Novig is ripping toward the under. It seems like everybody's ripping toward the under, at least recently, and in the last hour. I'm going to skip over that one. Let's look at Noah Schultz real quick. No, never mind. Noah Schultz over on better, though. Minus 118. Could be a play. Minus 140 over on FanDuel. Minus 135 on Circa. Let me look at this. Yeah. Let's get this in over on better somehow. Let's try to work this in. This is beautiful. Let's get this in. 740 White Sox over 4.5 Ks for Schultz. All right, we're gonna try to build out a 3-pick that we can get down a full $100 on. Do we have any other better plays here? We do. Tyler Mahle over 4.5. I'm cool with running that. Minus 118, also best odds in the market versus the Brewers. The Brew Crew. Mahle over 4.5. And then we need another baseball prop, man. I'm not touching these WNBA props. No, thank you. No, thank you, dude. I'm trying to get down good money on this. I could honestly just take this Lawrence Butler play. Am I blind? Oh, they changed it. Oh, it's over bases. That's why. I'm stupid, dude. Total bases. Boom. He's got to be batting, what, 8th maybe? Yes. Yes. $100 down. Beautiful. And better keep screwing up with their freaking profit boost, dude. 25% additional on a $100 entry is not $31. Why does that happen? Whatever. Hopefully you guys get a full 25%. I'm running that. Use your boost on it, please. This is not a plus EV play if you just run it as a 3-pick without the boost. Okay? Mahle and Schultz over 4.5 Ks, and then Lawrence Butler over 0.5 total bases. Link is going in the chat if you're watching on Twitch and YouTube. And get this posted. This is a should be a 7.25x if my math is right there. But for whatever reason, I'm getting a 6.3x on this. Whatever, dude. It's gonna cash anyways. Cool. Back over to the plus EV tool. Gosh, this is so nice. I love having all this information just right in front of my face. Okay. Schultz, we already took the over. Over 8.5 runs. I'm not sold on this. I don't like the fact that everyone's moving away from it. I'll take the under. And that's good for our over strikeouts. Keep it moving. What else do we have tonight? Astros Angels first half under 4.5 runs. No thanks. There's really not a whole bunch available right now. Hold on. Well, because we've gotten all the value. Let's see. When does the next, there's 4 games on right now. There's 2 that start in 20 minutes. Okay, so yeah, I don't know how much more value we're going to see for, the couple of games that start over the next hour. Should see some more money around, or some more plays around 9 o'clock Eastern time. So in about 2.5 hours, because we have 3 games all starting at 9:40. So once again, if you guys are not already following me on the Twitter, hop over here to Twitter or X, whatever you guys like to call it, whatever makes you, I don't know, at Trident_DFS. All right. I assume most of you guys are probably here from Twitter right now. I'll let you guys know if I have any plays. Okay, whether that's a prediction trader tool play, whether it's a sharp money play, whether it's plus EV, right? Hopefully, we can just get on a money line or an over-under, sweat out something on no vig. I feel like we did really good on this stream, though. Is there anything else you guys want me to check out? I feel like we have a lot of value in right now. Is there anything that we have yet to use? Any profit boost anywhere? Brandon Sproats. Prize picks, yeah, I just checked prize picks. There's really nothing over there. Prize picks, I'd give you Angel Reese over rebounds. The me-bound queen. I can check again. You got a whole bunch of esports over here, but only with one data point. That's the issue for me. So, like, if I were to pull up 2 data points and we would see, like, you know, you've got one CS2 prop here. Okay, I'm cool with taking that, but not just one data point on the rest. So, these are 2 good props here. Chill and then Zach Thornton under 4.5 strikeouts. Those 2 are good props to toss into like a 6 pick. And I would probably toss in Schultz as well. But once you're past that, a lot of these props are just not going to be profitable to take on prize picks. And that's the issue. There's some days when prize picks has a lot of really good value for us to run 3 picks. Today is not one of those days. Prize picks looks dry right now. Let's look at underdog again, actually. I have 2 slips that I can still place over there before I hit my daily limit. Whole bunch of live props. That kind of, I don't know about that. All right, let's do this. We're going to go back over to underdog. We've got a tennis prop. Camille. I'm not going to try to pronounce that last name. Under 22.5 games. Oh, that makes it easy. He's facing Tommy Paul. That's pretty easy to pronounce. The prop is going to be over on Tommy Paul's little player card. All right, so under 22.5 games there. And then we are going to take Bryce Terang over on hits, runs, and RBIs at 1.5. So this will be another 3.5x. Okay. Another 3.5x, 2-man. Link is in the chat. Tommy Paul under games played at 22.5. And then Bryce Terang over hits, runs, and I almost said in rebounds. Hits, runs, and RBIs. Cool. All right, guys. I think that's going to do it for the stream. Got in a couple slips over on underdog. We got our better slip in. We got a whole bunch of no vig value, taking advantage of all the tools over here on OddsJam. And like I said, guys, at the beginning of the stream, if you guys like these tools and you want to try to use them yourself, you guys can get a free trial, completely free. Go over to OddsJam, use code Trident. I will put the link in the chat right now. If you guys want to just click that, go over there, get yourself a little free trial, check it out yourself. If you have questions, I'll be live again tomorrow. Okay, so let's look at tomorrow's slate real quick. Tuesday. Another late slate, so you guys could probably expect me to go live around the same time, 5:30 or 6 o'clock Eastern time. If you want to, this is what I would recommend. Click that link, get your free trial with OddsJam, and for tomorrow's stream, if you have any questions as far as what my process looks like, or if you have questions about how the tools operate, bring your questions to the stream. I'll answer them on stream, all right? Good luck with all your plays tonight. Hopefully we cash a ton of plays. I will see you guys tomorrow. Peace out.